What if a photograph could kill you? Not a gunshot, not a poison, but a simple, two-dimensional image. An image so malevolent that just looking at it invites a parasitic evil into your dreams, night after night, until your heart simply gives out. Most people who know of Ed and Lorraine Warren know of Annabelle, the doll with the vacant smile contained in her holy box. But locked away in that same forbidden museum was another figure, an artifact so dark the Warrens themselves claimed destroying it was not an option. It wasn't a toy that became haunted. It was a weapon forged from bone and black magic for a single, terrifying purpose. Tonight, on Parafiles X, we open the case file on the Warrens' deadliest secret, the Shadow Doll. The Warrens' Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut, was a library of the damned. Each object had a story, a history of pain and fear. But while tourists clamored to see the famous Raggedy Ann doll, the true connoisseurs of the dark knew to look for a small, grotesque effigy sitting in the shadows. This is it. According to Ed Warren, the Shadow Doll was created in the 1900s through a ritual of black magic. Its construction alone is the stuff of nightmares. It's not made of cloth or porcelain. It's a grotesque assembly of human and animal bones, shards of teeth, and blackened nails, all bound together with tar and malice. Its purpose was never to be a child's plaything. It was an instrument of remote assassination. The curse was deviously simple. The doll's creator, a practitioner of dark arts, would take a photograph of it. That photograph would then be sent to the intended victim. There were no threats, no demands. Just an image of a crude, bone-filled doll. The moment the victim laid eyes on the photo, the curse took root. That night they would have a nightmare. A vivid, terrifying dream where the doll would appear, watching them from the foot of their bed or chasing them through endless dark hallways. The next night, the nightmare would return, but it would be worse, more intense, more real. Ed Warren claimed the doll acted as a psychic vampire, feeding on the victim's terror. Each nightmare would leave them weaker, their fear nourishing the entity tied to the doll. The final stage was always the same, a nightmare so profoundly terrifying it would induce a fatal heart attack. The perfect, untraceable crime. One of the most circulated accounts involves a couple who unwittingly bought the doll from an antique shop. They were drawn to its strange, macabre nature. The first night it was in their home, they both suffered from the same horrific dream. Soon after, the husband awoke with deep, painful scratches on his back. They contacted the Warrens, who immediately identified the object for what it was and removed it, containing it within their museum. Another story, though less documented, tells of a man finding the doll propped against a tree deep in the woods. He felt a wave of nausea and a draining of his very energy just by being near it. But here is where the files demand a dose of reality. For all these terrifying stories, there is a critical lack of verifiable evidence. The names of the victims, the dates, the locations, they are all part of the lore passed down by the Warrens and their associates. There are no death certificates listing nightmare as the cause of death. There are no independent, named witnesses who have come forward to corroborate these claims. Skeptics argue that the Shadow Doll is a masterclass in psychological suggestion. Its gruesome appearance, crafted from bone and teeth, is inherently disturbing. Combine that with a terrifying backstory told by charismatic investigators, and you have the perfect recipe for fear. Is it the doll that causes the nightmares? Or is it the story of the doll that plants a seed of terror in our minds, which our own subconscious then cultivates in our sleep? Today, the Warrens Museum is closed. The artifacts, including the shadow doll, are in the care of their son-in-law, Tony Spera. The collection is no longer a roadside attraction, but a traveling exhibition of the paranormal. The doll waits, contained for now, its story continuing to fascinate and terrify. So what do we have? A powerful, cursed object capable of killing with a glance, or an expertly crafted piece of folklore, a campfire story built around a macabre piece of art? Perhaps the truth, as it so often does, lies somewhere in the shadows between the two. Now I want to hear from you. Look at the evidence, the lore, and the skepticism. What do you believe? Could a physical object be imbued with a curse so powerful? Or are these just terrifying tales we tell ourselves in the dark? Let me know your verdict in the comments below. And if you want to unseal more case files like this one, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Parafiles X, and ring that bell so you never miss an investigation. Stay vigilant.